And so Brian, I appreciate that. Sam, I appreciate that. Erica, John, and all of you out there that are watching us as well as listening to us. So hard to take a vacation when there's so much going on out there in the marketplace, isn't it? So, so what's going on out there with you all? Let's go. Let's see. Do we want this one? Yeah, I think that's where we'll go. Yeah, it's a good article. Remember new home sales. That's the issue. We're talking about some announcements, some of our upcoming workshops, and yeah, it's. Oh, and the other thing that we're going to talk about is a couple of business tips, a new way and a new approach that real estate investors definitely have to take. In fact, if you don't do this in 2021, then you're really walking a tightrope and betting too much on luck and the market. So write down these numbers. And I'm going to give out a couple of the code words. And there's still all of these question marks out there regarding to the inauguration day. Talking about a prime for TV story for the whole presidential election. A couple of key points we're going to cover in the second part. You know, new home sales fell 11%. That's a pretty significant double-digit drop since last month, according to the U.S. Census, and October's reading was also revised lower. So very interesting. Let's go back. We're coming back from our break. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us, you are listening to The Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate, America's longest running radio show about real estate. And if you missed the first half of the show, remember you can always listen to the rebroadcast and our archive version over on our website at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. I realize, in fact, that when it comes to our live audience, we get a lot of folks on the radio, but when it comes to the follow-up, there's quite a bit of follow-up traffic there on the website, listening to the archive, which is nice because that means that we're not at the right time for everybody. But live at 5 is good for a lot of people during drive time. But for those of you who either get preoccupied or aren't even in the car at 5 o'clock, remember we got our 8 o'clock show. And we've got the archives on demand, the podcast version at automaticlandlord.com. Another thing I want to talk about is, we kind of cool down between the holiday break and the end of the year for our workshops. But believe it or not, we're still having our Equity Accelerator workshop, and that's tonight for those folks that have joined our expansion team. Yes, we have an expansion team growing of folks out there that want to help us to share the Equity Accelerator concept so that more people can build equity faster, 2 to 3 times faster than just paying your bills the way that you normally do in the traditional way. We're going to show you some ideas and concepts on how to pay your mortgage off faster without having to earn more money or increase your expenses in any way. So that's the Equity Accelerator. And if you want to attend that, if you want to join our Equity Accelerator expansion team, then text the word equity to 561-861-2366. That's 561-861-2366. And just send us that text, and we'll get you the instructions and the information that you need about the Equity Accelerator. The credit issue is still top of mind, top priority, and don't let this one slip through the cracks. When it comes to determining a credit score, the largest impact comes through a person's payment history. And this one factor, your payment history, is 35%, bigger than any other factor that affects your credit. 35% comes from a good payment history. And one of the most important payment histories that never hits the credit report is a person who pays rent. And now we have, through a partnership with our radio show sponsor, TimeToFixMyCredit.com, we can show you how to get the benefit of a good rent payment history reflected on your credit score. If you already know how to do that, tell me. Text the word credit if you know, or if you know another way. I'll bet you see if you know one that we don't know. But if you don't know, then you ought to text the word credit to the same number, 561-861-2366, because we're going to show you how to do that, not only how to reflect it going forward, but what if I could go back 1 year, even 2 years, and bring 2 years worth of great credit history to your credit report. Imagine what that will do to your credit score. So if you're looking for a bump in your credit score, if you're looking to be able to get a mortgage in this new year, 2021, then text the word credit to 561-861-2366. No cost, no obligation. We're going to show you exactly how to do that. Remember, we have a goal of 100 new first-time homeowners. So that means those of the folks out there that are still renting, why? When rates are at historic lows and real estate being a scarce commodity, still in high demand, there's going to be a window of opportunity coming up to be able to pick up a property. And that's why you want to get pre-qualified. You want to get your credit in order. You want to be ready for that before that window of opportunity opens, not when, because when, you're going to see things move very quickly. And remember, I said, I don't think it's going to be a long time. I don't think it's going to be the wave of devastation that you saw in 2008, 2009. Everybody from the banks to Wall Street are all a lot smarter and ready. There's a lot of hedge funds that didn't exist back then, and they're ready and licking their chops waiting for this, which is why I think that inventory is going to get gobbled up pretty fast. There's going to be a dip in the market. They're going to pick it up, and then you're going to see the market resume again. So get ready. Don't wait until it's too late. Again, the number is 561-861-2366. Text the word credit there. And we're going to have some other workshops. Oh, don't forget our Real Estate 101 workshop, which is on a Sunday, coming up Sunday evening. If you want to attend for free, my guest to my Real Estate 101 workshop, it's a 90-minute real primer on real estate, getting into real estate. And all you have to do is type in the word 101, text it to 561-861-2366. So I want to jump forward to the top headline that I want to feature in today's update, which is the November new home sales fall more than expected, and builder stocks, which is even more important, also fell. And remember, we had this very high consumer confidence and builder confidence going on, and now we just saw the revised figures for new home sales fell 11% now. From last month to the month before in October. So November to October. Now here we're going to be pretty soon. We're going to be getting our December numbers, which, there's always a 30-day lag before they accumulate on our list, but this is according to the U.S. Census, which tracks that. Sales also hit an annualized rate of 841,000 new homes sold in 2020. Now that's down from 979,000, the pace that we were going back in July, but sales are still up 21% year over year. So it's kind of one of these good news, bad news things. You gotta interpret that. So important thing, all the shares, the biggest names, Lennar, Pulte, DR Horton, Toll Brothers, all dropped more than 2% on the news of the falling numbers, which obviously is going to temper a lot of the appetite for the shares, new investment in the new home builders. And so steeper than expected, 11%, that's double-digit fall. I gave you the numbers. And the pullback may be due to prices. Now, note this also, because prices have been rising steadily. Builders have been able to raise their prices as well. The median home price of a newly built home rose 2.5% compared with November of last year. And right now, the average price, or I should say the median price, half sold above and half sold below, the median home price of a newly built home is now at $335,000. That means half of those, nearly 1 million houses, sold for below $335,000, which is where a sweet spot is, but half sold over that. And that's why that's drying up a lot of the demand, or more importantly, the capability, which is why credit is important, which is why the financing is important, and a good negotiator is important. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's show. We'll be back again, same place, same time tomorrow. We got a very special guest, as I told you. We're going to talk more about first-time home buyers and landlords who might be in trouble with no payments for the last 10 months. Anyway, that's it for today. This is Eric Willner signing off. You can always reach us at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. Or, of course, on our phone at 561-861-2366. Well, that's it for today. Until tomorrow, drive safe, wash those hands, and make it a great year. Bye-bye. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's hang that up. There we go. And we'll wrap that one up. We'll take care. And goodbye to you all here in YouTube land. And we'll do the